Three, two, one, and we're live. What's up, everybody? It's Tyler with Hook Sets Are Free. It is Saturday night, October the 7th, 2023. Hope everybody's doing well. I understand it might take people a few moments to hop in here, especially since Debo is still streaming tonight. I was able to get on a little bit early tonight because my daughters are sleeping over at my mother-in-law's house. So it's just me and my son at home tonight, which was a rare treat. Super fun to have a boys' night. But he is down, and I thought I would jump on a little bit early. Got Frank Doucette in the house. What's up, Frank? Hope you're doing well, dude. Yes, sorry to everybody that I have not been on in at least 2, maybe 3 weeks. So, yeah, I don't really have a very good reason for that. But regardless, tonight is going to be very bait focused. I've got some stuff to unbox and show you, just some very small purchases and interesting new or foreign lures to me. Not foreign like other countries, but ones that I have never tried before. And we'll talk about those. And then I want to look at Discount Tackle and just bring to your guys' attention the sale that is going on right now. So if you're watching this on the replay, click the link in the description of this video or from the post that I made an hour ago announcing this live stream. That'll take you to Discount Tackle using my affiliate link. They have some amazing deals going on right now that we will take a peek at over the course of this live stream, just so you can see. But honestly, I think it might be better in a lot of ways than what you'll find in a month and a half from now during Black Friday. Now, that said, it depends on if you've got a wish list going on and have very specific baits that you are trying to pick up. But if not, if you tend to be more of an impulse purchaser and are just looking for good deals and don't mind browsing around to find enough of what you have on your radar, this is a very, very good time to make a purchase. So, Bassin with Big Malone, what's up, dude? Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Frank, I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Work has been absolutely crazy for me. I've not had a lot of opportunities to get out and go fishing. Weather here is diving, getting cold fast. It is fall is upon us. Let's just say that. We're going to have one day this upcoming week where the low dips down below freezing. So I'm a little bit nervous about my sprinklers and whether or not I need to winterize already. But yeah, take a look at this. So we'll have some days in the 70s. Like tomorrow, I'm going to the Denver Broncos game, and we've got 74 degrees and sunny. That's going to be awesome. But later in the week, look at next Saturday, 29 degrees is the low, 58 is the high. Friday, 33 for the low, 48 for the high. So it's definitely going to start getting chilly. And so we'll see whether or not there are enough opportunities for me to get out and fish this month. But this is like prime time fall fishing. Last time I went out, I got totally skunked. So I think the fish were moving. That was just last week. So not a great time in terms of moon phase. I wish I could have gotten out during the full moon a couple weeks back, but unfortunately did not have an opportunity to do so. Malone says, seen the Kitech Beavers or the Z-Man Gremlins? I have seen them. We will probably even take a look at them tonight. But yeah, I've had them in and out of my cart at Tackle Warehouse. I haven't made a purchase at Tackle Warehouse in some time, but I'm definitely interested in both of those. Kitech is putting out some new soft plastics, which I'm excited about. And actually, they might not be new plastics, but at least bringing them to the U.S. They've got a bunch of soft plastics in Japan that just are not here in the U.S. But Brendan in the house. What's up, Brendan? The family is great. The fishing is slow. I've not had a lot of opportunities to get out. I was just saying, I think I fished once this past week and I got skunked. It was a nighttime session. I think the moon phase was wacky and it was cold. So Yeah, it's starting to get chilly fast here, but as is typical for me, I'm going to open a bottle of bourbon and a beer. Use this as kind of like my clean the palate type of deal. But I've got a new fresh bottle of this bourbon I was telling you guys about just a month or two ago. This is the Old Forester 1920. Not exactly easy to find, but if you can find it, you should buy it and try it. Very, very good bourbon. Not super cheap. You know, I paid $70 for the bottle. So I went to the store with my son tonight just looking for a bottle, not anything special. Was going to get either some Larceny or some Four Roses or Knob Creek or something of the sort. And then I saw that they had this in stock again, and I just don't see it many places. And last time I had it, it was so dang good. I don't know if you guys remember when I was drinking it with you guys, but I think I got kind of drunk on it. Oh, stop it, Brendan. You're not buying it. You're not trying it. At least for 3 more years. So we're going to start out with a nice healthy pour of the Old Forester 1920. This is 115 proof. So a little bit on the spicy side, but very full bodied. Has a ton of different flavors going on for it. And I love it. No, Brendan's 18, isn't he? Frank, I think it was kind of drunk. Let's say that it was that. And hopefully it doesn't get too rowdy tonight. But guys, I have a little bit of stuff to show you. A couple small random purchases that I made recently. I was on a job site up north and very close to a Bass Pro Shops. And so I stopped in and picked up a bait that I had never seen before. Have you guys heard of this bait being out yet? Bass Pro Shops trying to get a piece of that pie that Strike King did with the Thunder Cricket. And they have licensed the chatterbait from Z-Man and are calling this the XPS Chatter Bomb. So interesting, huh? So I picked up 2 of these. I've opened one of them and we'll show you right now. I'll tell you, I think there's only 2 colors that have a painted blade, and Green Pumpkin is one of them. So I did get one of those. Otherwise, they've all got the standard nickel blade. Now, at first glance in the package, I will say this thing looks like they're doing a good job of trying to make a knockoff jackhammer. And I believe the retail price on this bad boy is $7.99. So good deal. I will say that. However, once I pulled this out of the package, there are a few things that I noticed immediately. Now, it says on the package that it comes with a heavy-duty 5/0 hook. I'm pretty sure this is a VMC hook, but I don't know for certain. So if it is, I'm not mad about it, but I'm also not nearly as excited about it as, say, the owner in the jackhammer, or sorry, the Gamakatsu in the jackhammer, the owner in the Thunder Cricket. Now, the other thing is the angle of this hook is a bit pointed down. So I might actually bend this hook up a little bit. But I don't know. I wonder how that might affect hookup ratio a little bit. The quality of the skirt seems fine, but it is banded. So I'm not jazzed about that, just like I was not with the Thunder Cricket. So that is going to require me to go ahead and hand tie that, at least in addition to the banded skirt. I might leave the band on there and wire tie it so that if and when that band comes off, that it's not totally trashed. Next feature up is the bait keeper. Don't love it, don't hate it. I prefer a wired bait keeper, but the fact that this is a double barbed keeper and that they're spiky and not nearly as chunky as a lot of other lead keepers, I'm okay with that. So, so far, pretty good. The main thing, well, before we get there, let's talk about the blade. This is the original chatterbait blade. So kind of underwhelming there. I do think that the blade is important and plays a role in why the jackhammer is as good as it is. The snap seems to be subpar, but might not be that big of a deal. And of course, is super cheap to replace anyway. So I'm not going to dock them too much on that. And then last but not least, the most important thing is the head and the head to blade connection. I do love the big eyes on this thing. It's got a little bit more of like a pill shaped head. So a little bit more of a flat bottom and not completely round like you'd see in other jig heads. And then the line tie is big enough to do what it needs to do. So that was the main thing that I was looking at in the package was the head, the size of the eye and the size of the eyelet where that blade attaches and just how much freedom of movement this thing will have side to side and whether or not it will hit that head, and it indeed will. So got this color, which I already forget what they call it, but it's like a pink shad type of color, and I like it. And then I got the green pumpkin. So $7.99, I decided to give it a shot. And I'm not mad about having picked it up. I definitely will fish it, and I'm curious to see how it performs. But after having gotten my hands on it and seen the components for myself, I think I automatically will have a little bit less confidence in the bait than I would with the jackhammer or even a thunder cricket. But a lot of it will come down to how the thing feels in the water, how hard it thumps. And I will keep you guys posted on that. So I'm definitely going to fish it this month. But I'll say a chatterbait has been an underwhelming producer for me this year in general. So interesting, but let's go ahead and catch up on these comments. Brennan says, bought a couple of them. Okay. Chatterbomb, good name. Yep. Yeah, it is a cheap blade. It's like the standard chatterbait blade, which I do not love, but we'll see how it performs. I think the eyelet is probably the most important thing, and it looks like they did pretty good with that. Gator's Adventure says Debo is done. Okay. Glad to see that some of you guys are in here by now. We're 13 minutes in, 13 people in here. Take a drink. Cheers. So I had one ice cube in this first pour because this is a pretty hot bourbon, but once I get warmed up myself, I don't find that the proof is overwhelming. Once I'm used to the flavor profile, I can kind of settle into it quite a bit, but straight out of the bottle, drinking it neat with just a clean palate can be a little bit of a burn initially with that 115 proof. Again, this is the Old Forester 1920. It says nice and loud for you there, 115 proof, but very, very good pour of bourbon that I do highly recommend to anybody that hasn't had it before. Gaff of a hook, you think so? Let's see if I've got some other chatterbaits to compare alongside that puppy. Let's just grab a jackhammer and a thunder cricket. So we can compare these all side by side. So here is the new Chatterbomb. Here is the Owner Jungle. And here is the Gamakatsu. So you can tell that the Owner and the Gamakatsu are almost the same. Like, oh no, this is a Thunder Cricket. I was like, holy shit, that looks so similar. Because it is the same. That's why, Tyler. Okay. I was like, wow, they really copied the bait keeper and everything, size of the hook. So now these two are extremely similar, right? They're both 4/0 hooks, same gauge of wire and everything. And then if we go ahead and set the new Chatterbomb right next to it, if we can, we'll be able to see that it is a bigger hook. So Brendan called, or Matt called it a gaff of a hook. It's a 5/0. These guys are 4/0, so it is a bigger hook for sure. Has a little bit more of an aggressive angle on it, like I said. Let's take another look at them side by side, or up and down, if you will. So you can see that this hook turns down a little bit more. But regardless, I'm excited to try it. And I thought it was worth $8 a pop to pick up a couple of them and see what my first impressions are and communicate that to you guys so that you can save a little bit of time and money in perhaps not trying it if it's a dud. But if it's awesome, then by all means, I will let you know, and you guys should get in there. So I agree, Matt. The bend of the hook should help keep them pinned, but might not pin or might not hook as many fish. You're right. Interesting. So you have the same bait and the snap opened up on you, or the snap on a different bait? I probably will, Matt. Interesting, Brendan. The eagle claw snaps? Eagle, not eager claw. I believe it's 19. Good evening, Tim Maynard. Good evening, Heather Doucette. JP, my man, what's up, dude? How you doing tonight? Michael Bradley, I don't know if I addressed you yet or not, but good to see you in here. Yeah, you're right. Matt, once the taste buds are kind of fried and it's all warm from here down, it goes down a little bit easier. No, that's not necessarily the case. You just got to get used to it on your tongue a little bit. It's so good. So good, guys. I've had a few roll as well, but not to the point of it being a big deal for me. That's mostly like on rocks and things like that. So I think that would probably happen with most baits anyway, not like from catching fish or anything of the sort. Yeah. No, I like the hook on that bait as well, but I just don't like the way that the blade performs personally. All right, I'm going to try and catch up to you guys on the comments. Frank says, we don't need all those. The Mini Max catches bass, pike, and 24-inch rainbows. Hell yeah, dude. The Minimax is legit. I totally agree. I like it quite a lot. Okay, I'm caught up. I did place an online order from Bass Pro and Cabela's. I don't know why it came in 3 separate deals. I guess they came from different locations or something like that. So I'll say I only spent like 30 some dollars on the whole order. There was one specific reason that I placed the order. And then after that, I saw a couple of other things that caught my eye, and I decided to pick them up. So I'm going to see what's in these guys before I open the box. And if it's nothing crazy, I'll show them to you, and then we'll move on to what's in the box. Yeah, so these are just some Bass Pro Shops Tournament Series soft plastics that I had never tried before. And honestly, they were just a good deal, I think. I think they were on clearance. So I'm going to open this box just to see if there's like a receipt in here for me to be able to tell you what I paid, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Is that I saw something in stock that was no longer in stock at Tackle Warehouse or on the main company's website, but they were in stock in 2 of the 3 sizes at Bass Pro Shops. So I placed the order, and while I was at it, decided to browse the site. We got no receipt. So I'm going to go in reverse order of like what's most interesting. And hopefully you guys will stay engaged. First thing here is the 3 1/4 inch Hustle Bug. Tell me if you guys have heard of any of these Bass Pro Shops soft plastics. I think I paid like $3 a pack for each of these. This is the Hustle Bug in black and blue flake. It's a 3 1/4 inch bait, so could be thrown on a Ned rig or as a jig trailer or as a drop shot bait, but it actually looks pretty interesting to me. It's got feet like you'd see on a Stanley Ribbit Toad, these sideway paddle kickers, and then a ribbed body with a solid nose. So I thought that was actually really interesting, whether to be thrown on a Ned bait or a Ned head that you're maybe going to swim it, or throw it as a jig trailer. I actually kind of like it. All of these have the Bass Pro Shops like 8-up scent on them, which I think is whatever. But these baits were a good deal, so that's why I picked them up. So a couple of creature / craw baits. This one actually comes in a quasi clamshell, and this is called the Swimmin' Little Chunk. Oh, Swimmin' Elite Chunk, not Little Chunk. So it's 3.5 inches. This color, though, is called Magic Red Flake. And please just tell me which color exists out there from a different manufacturer that this one is imitating, and just guess it, and you'll know that is why I picked this bait up. I mean, I do like chunk trailers. I like the size of this body. It can be trimmed down. You could throw this even as a small Texas rig bait, but it's really a jig trailer, and I think will do well as a chunk. But this color, yes, Brendan, Strike King, but what is the color, dude? What is the color? It's my all-time favorite color in the Strike King Rage Bug, and I've talked about it probably more than any other bait out there. I don't even know if I have a pack sitting here because I don't think I have the Rage Bug on the wall at the moment. The Rage Bug is here, but the color is in my go bag. Who's going to name it? Who's going to name it? No, it's not Moon Juice, not Peanut Butter and Jelly. Come on, guys. You can do it. It's such a freaking nasty color. Sure, it looks like peanut butter and jelly on the back a little bit. It's more brown, but it fades to like a blue craw mixed with a watermelon red. If nobody's got it and you're all just doing background research trying to find it right now, I'll beat you to it. It's called Chameleon. Brendan, you cheater. Chameleon is the color, and it is so dang good. It's amazing. So, Magic Red Flake is what Bass Pro Shops calls it. I did not know that they had copied that color pattern, but when I saw it, I was like, no way. In a chunk, I got to do it. You know, I'm pretty sure they only have that color in the Rage Bug. They don't sell it in, other baits by Strike King. So I was kind of excited when I saw that they had that color in stock in a Bass Pro Shops bait. Next up is a drop shot bait that maybe could be used as another style bait. Initially, I thought maybe this could be a chatterbait trailer, but no. Now that I see it, I'll say this is an open pour bait. You can't see the sticker underneath here, this orange sticker that would say open pour, but this is a drop shot bait a la a robo worm, a live shad, or something of the sort. You can see that it's an open pour. It's a nice bait, super salty. I mean, it is just straight up like a robo worm copy, but I'm not mad about it. And again, all these baits were like $3 a pack. So last one up is the Mick Creature, also an open pour bait. Hopefully I didn't just ruin that seal. The Mick Creature. What in the... Oh, weird. Okay, so this color is Morning Dawn, but this is like a hybrid between a drop shot worm and a leech. Look at that. It's 50-50. The Mick Creature. So that is absolutely wild. I don't think I've seen a bait like that probably ever. And I'm not super mad about it, but very different. That's the Bass Pro Shops Mick Creature. Open pour. So you bought these online, I think on Cabela's website. And last that is kind of out there for me, but there's a reason that I bought these. This is the Bass Pro Shops Speed Shad. I traditionally don't really like this bait. I have a few packs of them, but I thought I would really like this color for a specific reason. And this color, geez, these baits are just slipping in the clamshell. So this bait was on sale, and all these tails are wanting to get bent in the clamshell when I close it. But this color here is called Pale Shad. I thought it was going to be a lot more pink than it is. And my idea was to either rig it upside down on this dude or cut off the tail. So what I'm going to do is rig it upside down right now just for you to see what she looks like. But as a decent match on this Chatterbomb, I thought, what the hey? For the price, I'll go ahead and pick it up, and we'll see how this chatterbait performs. I do not have any other like legit pink chatterbait trailers, so might need to trim this skirt with how how far below it is on below the hook, but you can see that we've got a lot of pink hues in there. I'm sure in various light conditions that is going to look more pink. You can already tell. And if you guys are interested, I'll take pictures for you another time. But the underside, the belly is quite a bit more pink, and the top is like translucent. You guys can't see in this lighting, but interesting. Not mad about it, but also not excited about it, let's just say. And then there are two baits. The whole reason that I picked up this package is to see these 6th Sense panoramas myself in person. I thought I had picked up 2 sizes of these, but looks like no. I picked up 2 colors of one size. This is the middle size, and it is the 6.5, which I think maybe that's why ultimately I did get 2 colors, is that I think this size is going to be the most versatile for me in terms of the size of hook that I'm going to use with it, and the size bait fish that it will imitate, and what I plan to do with it. So I really was just wanting to see this bait for myself in person, and they were out of stock on Tackle Warehouse and at 6th Sense, but in stock at Bass Pro Shops. So this is the panorama in Ghost Bone right here. And boy, it's oily. This thing has got a lot of oil on it right now. It's wanting to slip out of my fingers. You can see that the way they pour it is fantastic. I thought it had a belly slot, but it doesn't, which is just further evidence that this thing is begging to be side rigged or perhaps nose hooked. So I can see myself doing both things with it. If I had to guess, I think I'm probably going to fish this thing on a big shaky head, or maybe as a flipping bait, but probably a shaky head or a drop shot. Because I think on a drop shot, it will imitate a dying shad toward the bottom really well. On a shaky head, it will imitate a feeding fish picking up shit from the bottom really well. And yeah, I like the look of it, the feel of it. It's a little bit heavier than I would have thought, which I'm definitely not mad about. But yeah, that's the panorama, and I'm pretty excited about it, actually. I mean, I knew I would be. That's why I pulled the trigger on this purchase. But other color that I have is called Ghost Minnow. We can I'll pull this one out too, even though these are greasy AF. And I don't love that, but Ghost Minnow has that nice blue vein through it. Perhaps a little bit more natural of a shad pattern, but I think they're both awesome for translucent shad patterns. This one's just got a little bit less translucency to it, a little bit more color variation going for it, and less color shift, but I like it. Again, you can see just how soft these baits are. And so they're going to have a ton of action in the water as you're working it, or as it's falling. And there's nothing out there like it. I'll say it's a pretty cool idea, and I'm excited to give it a shot. It's just it's a dead action type of bait, so I'm curious about it. Brendan says, of course. I mean, nobody is surprised that Brendan would advocate for the 9-inch, but Brendan says He rigged his sideways and put a small nail weight in the belly. You can work it like a fluke. The 9-inch has the best action. I think it bends a lot more. Okay. Working it like a fluke. Yeah, my concern with it is perhaps the posture, right? I don't have a lot of confidence in the gilly or baits like that you rig them sideways. So I don't know. I'm fine to rig it sideways if it's going to be worked slowly and or on the bottom where the fish are looking at it sideways. But if it's swimming through the top or middle of the water column and it just has a very unnatural action to it, I don't know about that. I agree, Matt. And now is that time for me. So that's why I was kind of desperate to pick them up. I was excited to find them on Cabela's website. But regardless, that makes up what I picked up at Bass Pro and Cabela's. Not a lot, but interesting. I'm curious to try this new Chatter Bomb from Bass Pro Shops. I will keep you guys posted on that because it's an $8 chatterbait. And if it performs better than most $8 Z-Man chatterbaits, then I will recommend it. If not, I will probably advise against it, and I will be honest about that. And then a couple of these Bass Pro Shops soft baits I'm kind of intrigued by, and especially the chameleon colored, the first two baits that I showed you. So this chunk that they call the Swimmin' Elite chunk in that magic red flake color. And this weird one, the Hustle Bug, was not expecting to find out about that or to be as interested in it as I kind of am. So it's different. So good on Bass Pro for putting out some interesting stuff there. Now let's hop over to Discount Tackle. You wish Bass Pro still made balsa baits? Yeah, that would be cool. But I don't know if they do or when the last time was that they did. But yeah, you're right about that, dude. Extra virgin olive oil. Now, yeah, the Evo chatterbait. That'll be interesting. Although I don't know. It's on my radar just because chatterbaits in general have been like my thing for so long. But like I said, this year has been underwhelming for me. So, guys, we're going to pop over to Discount Tackle. I want to show you guys what is going on with this sale because that was the title of this video. And here we're almost 40 minutes in. We've just been chit-chatting and unboxing stuff. But Discount Tackle has got a remarkable sale going on right now. And you need to check it out. So let me go ahead and drop the link to you one more time. I have put it in the description of this video. I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. This is a shortened link so that you can click on it if you want. It is my affiliate link that will take you to Discount Tackle. I will get some commission. Obviously not a dramatic amount, but I certainly appreciate any support if you want to use my link. There's no code to get an additional discount, but what I'm about to show you is sick in terms of what kind of discounts are going on right now at Discount Tackle. Yeah, Gators Adventures. It's hard to say whether I completely agree with you or not on that comment because yes, the patent is running out sometime in the next 10 years, but it's interesting to see how many companies have jumped on the bandwagon in the last couple of years in either trying to license the patent or knock it off. But just how late they were to the game in doing so. So you would think that if they really wanted a piece of the pie and the patent was running out sooner than later, that they would just wait it out. But I think we've got a little bit more time than you think. It's not quite running out just yet. So I'm going to make myself small, make you guys big. Yeah, I mean, they are pretty late to the game, dude. I think the chatterbait came out in like 2006 and really became a game changer like 10 years ago. So to see that nobody really jumped on the bandwagon to either knock off Z-Man or license the patent until a few years ago, like they were 5 years late, you know? All right. I'm jumping over. I won't be able to see comments. I will jump back and forth while we do this, but here is Discount Tackle's homepage. I don't know if you guys can see my. No, we're good. You can just see the screen. Appreciate that. So, end of season sale is what we're looking at. They say up to 75% off select items. That is a little bit of a manipulative statement. Um, as we tend to do, as I tend to do, I'm going to just quickly show you what is new at Discount Tackle because I'm about to make a purchase. And I always do this whenever I hop on. I check out what is brand new. So, Gulp Alive with a wild little tail on there. Looks interesting, but this is okay, 4-inch or 7-inch. That's Nightcrawler color only. Holy shnikes, that must be a big pack because that's $17.99. They do have other colors or sizes of that in a standard pack, but I think this is a saltwater bait that just came out at ICAST. The Power Switch. Maybe it's not, and it's just a forward-facing sonar type of bait. I don't love the way that it looks, and I am not a forward-facing sonar type of guy because I don't fish from a boat. But if you're into that, who knows? This is a pre-rigged type of bait, I think. G-Rap Baits has got some new baits on the scene. This paddle tail swim bait looks interesting. I wish that Discount Tackle would tell us just how many come in the pack, but this is a like 4-inch type of bait, I want to say. I can't believe they don't state that here, the size or the number that you get in a pack, but I like the design of where the ribbing is here in relation to the tail. I don't know that I'm going to pick these up right away. I might wait to hear about what other people have to say about them. They've got a new jerk bait, then that, wild chatter style jig of theirs with an EWG hook, the Papa Pete. Here's the new hook from Z-Man. Looks interesting. Missile Baits Bomba, which obviously is a copy of the cover scat, but they've got it in some kind of cool colors. I'll say that. That's mostly this Candy Crushed and the Super Bug. And a Ghost Shad, which you really don't see, other baits of that style. They've got the new Shaddy. Now, the saltwater coal shad, I'm intrigued by this because this is not pre-rigged, but also, isn't this just the paddle tail power stinger? Or is it a coal shad? I can't tell. I'm intrigued by this bait and very well might get a pack or two because they're unrigged, 4-inch and 5-inch. So I don't know what to think of that. They might dupe me on that one. Let's see if we can find the paddling. See, paddling power stinger. Is this not the same bait, guys? Three and a half inch and 4.25 inch. Looks pretty dang similar to me. Let's go back one more time. You guys need to tell me right now. Is that the same bait? The paddling power stinger and this saltwater coal shad? Are they just renaming the same bait and putting it in two slightly different sizes, or what the heck's going on there? because I think we're about caught up. The new Berkeley Swamp Lord frogs. And then we're back to the stuff that we talked about last live stream that I picked up in last month's unboxing. So let's go to the end of the season sale. I'm going to quickly peek at your guys' comments. You think so? How will the action be different? Just because it's a stiffer plastic? Or do you think it's actually a coal shad and will have probably a little bit wider of a kick? I'm just wondering, not if the material's different between the Paddle and Power Stinger and the saltwater coal shad, or if it's the same bait design, same mold, just in different sizes. Or is it like a coal shad that they took the weight out of and just made it in smaller sizes? I don't know, dude. Yeah, I believe you, but that's not really the question that I asked. All right. Now let's check out what's on sale because guys, there's some good deals. I like to sort by not what is featured and what companies are paying money, which is sad that, these 13 fishing soft plastics are featured because they have been selling like dog shit. Nobody's buying them and they've been on sale for God knows how long. They retailed at $6 a pack. They're on sale for $149. If you're into that, go for it. It's a hell of a deal. That is the 75% off that you'd be able to find. But what I'd prefer to do is to sort by either date and go new to old, or price and go high to low. So let's try that. Date, new to old, and see if anything. This is probably not the right way to go. Can already tell you. Nope. It seems old to new, but let's sort by price, high to low. And we'll get into more interesting stuff to start out, and then maybe we'll do it the other way around. Who knows? But I do like to sort and not by featured. So, of course, there's going to be a couple things more expensive at the top. Daiwa J-Braid on sale for a good deal, down from $30 to $18 for a big spool. It's really good braid. Jackal Re-Range on sale down to $15. I don't know how discounted that is off of what you'd normally find it for, but let's try and get into the juicier deals, which are kind of right in the middle of the road. But here we are. For example, Evergreen jerkbait for $12. This is a small bodied 87 millimeter, relatively shallow diving jerkbait, 3 to 5 feet, suspends for $12. I'm tempted to get one or two. If you notice, I've got 11 things in my cart. One or two might be those. Let's take a look. Yep, one of them. Okay. Now on we go. All Evergreen stuff is going to be pretty heavily discounted. One thing Discount Tackle can do sometimes is manipulate the retail price a little bit so that you might want to cross-reference with what you'd see on Tackle Warehouse and see just how discounted it is. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of really good deals right now. You just shouldn't necessarily think about it in percent off of what Discount Tackle is telling you. So, for example, the Berkeley Chapo This is a good deal. $8.33. But what you'll notice is that as we go down, it's not every color and size that is fully on sale. So there's a bunch down here that are on sale at $10.79, and there's some that are on sale cheaper than that, up at $8 and $9. So the $8.33, say rainbow trout, catches my eye for sure, or the HD bluegill. I've got this one in the 75 size. So if you look at the colors, or at the sizes rather, the 3-inch is going to be the 75, 3 2/7 is going to be the 90, 4 1/8 is the 105, and 4 1/2 is the 120. So in my opinion, the 3-inch and the 4 1/8 inch are the sizes to get. So either way, it doesn't matter. If I'm getting a rainbow trout pattern, though, I'd probably prefer this 4 1/8 inch at that deal, especially at $8.33 compared to $10.79. Relative to retail, that is a very good deal. Not saying that retail is $11.99 necessarily, but I will go ahead and peek at Tackle Warehouse right now and look at what retail is, at least for the industry standard, which Tackle Warehouse kind of is the industry standard. And yes, it's $11.99. So $8.33 is a damn good deal. I will say that. And I don't know that Chapos are overrated. Damn. Now, the Evergreen Faith jerkbait is one that definitely has got my attention. So I'm probably going to try it at some point, dude. Brendan is getting out of here and going to sleep. Building a new paint vent system. Paint vent system in the new shop. Okay, well, right on, dude. Good on you. Inventory reduction sale, that might or might not be it, but yeah, perhaps with the colors that are on sale, who knows, right? I just want to show you a few other things that that are on sale right now that had caught my attention. So big square bells, pretty cool. A lot of these things you can see are like 25% off. But, you know, KVD 300 series jerkbait for $7.42. That's a good deal. The DT4 for $7, that's a good deal. Now, let's just take a look, for example, and see which colors are actually on sale for that DT4. And what do you know? Maybe you're right, Gators Adventures. This is it's a custom color, but maybe the Booback Herring color doesn't sell very well. And so that's why it's on sale for $7.32. But that's why it's worth just poking around, because maybe what's on sale is up your alley, and it's a good time to scoop up the stuff that happens to be on sale. Here's the Rapala floating minnow that I was talking about on Debo's stream earlier tonight. Here's where we were. KVD frogs for $7. River to Sea Bullywa frogs for $7. That's a good deal. Let's see what colors they got. Black and red, coot, copper green, and lemon lime. Not my favorite, but also not bad colors per se. You know, obviously ones like the yellowhead, the snipe, the little Allen, and the dart are probably best-selling colors. Maybe the fire belly, the dirty white, the bluegill. But that covers your bases pretty well, those three colors anyway. $7.25 is a good price on those. So keep that in mind. Chatterbait CFL for $7. KVD Sexy Dog for $7 even. Sexy Dog Hard Knock is underrated. Very good walking bait. A lot of people like Sexy Shad. That's not necessarily an inventory deal. $7 even. You can see the inventory on Discount Tackle if you hover over in stock and how many you want, right? There are 6 of that bait in stock right now. 2, 1, 3, 3. So is it because they're trying to lower the inventory? I don't know. Does Strike King have a new walking bait coming out? Not that I know of. What about in this standard Sexy Dog? Colors, we got the Chrome Sexy Shad, Clearwater Minnow, ooh, bang, and the Clear Sexy Shad. All great colors, honestly. I think these are probably 3 of the better options, aside from like Bone and Black Lab. I mean, shoot, they make some good ones, right? The Oyster, the Green Gizzard Shad, the Natural Shad. I'm a sucker for those ones, but Berkeley Bullet Pop is a very good popper, and for less than $7, worth a try. River Sea Biggie Poppin' or Biggie Papa Bumpin'. They make the Biggie Smalls and the Biggie. These are awesome square bill crankbaits, and for the same price that you would pay for, say, a KVD 1.5, it is worth a try, especially the Rattling version. And they've got 4 colors that are $7 or less. And then the rest are the standard $10 price point. And these are not bad colors, right? Covers the gamut. So you get like a Ghost Minnow, Rooster, which I think is a really cool red type of pattern, and then River Shad, which I have and like quite a bit. So it's not necessarily just an inventory type of sale. No. So River to Sea is one of those brands that does not discount their stuff, doesn't allow retailers to discount their stuff. So this must be an exception time of year where they're allowing Discount Tackle to discount some of their products, which is cool to see. So you can get their frogs, their crankbaits, even Whopper Ploppers on sale right now. And it's one of the few times that you could do so. And for more than 20% off, which is what you'd get during Black Friday next month at Tackle Warehouse or really any other retailer. So keep that in mind. Sorry about the loud ding there. So this is like the range where I think most of the good deals are to be had is right in this like $5 to $8 price point in terms of what things are discounted down to. I'm not going to click on every bait in here, but I could tell you about some that jump out at me that I particularly like. Bunch of chatterbaits on sale for, that $6 range. The Project Z used to be like my shit for a couple of years, especially the Project Z weedless. But when it's on sale for $6, that's a good deal. I need to jump over and see what you guys are saying as well. That's my wife dinging. She must be taking a break at work right now, and hopefully she doesn't text me right now because I can't necessarily silence these notifications right this second. I wouldn't try and buy a Chatterbait Elite or something like that right now. I don't think that's a fantastic deal. I do want to pay attention to the deals relative to the retail price. If you like the Yamamoto Cowboy or Double Tail Grubs, I mean, this is a classic jig trailer. 20 in a pack for $5.64. I guess that's only in the watermelon black, so sorry about it. $7.19 is standard at Discount Tackle. Disappointing to see that. When you get excited about something, you kind of assume that it's most colors, and then it's not. Let's see if that's the case with the other Yamamoto stuff. So some of this you have to be willing to browse around. You can see that the baby bass colored Cowboy is what's on sale right now for $5.64. The thin Senko, baby bass. Maybe that color's going out. You could be right, dude. Cheap jitterbugs and hula poppers. Did we already pass? We must have passed like the Whopper Ploppers and stuff earlier. I thought they were on sale, but we could have missed them. So here you get the KVD 1.5, 1.5 flat on sale for as low as $5. What kind of colors we got? Neon bluegill, is it? That color I feel very mixed about. So the 1.5 flat, now's the season for flat-sided crankbaits. And the 1.5 flat, I really do like. It's a medium diving crankbait that goes 8 to 10 feet. One of my favorite flat-side crankbaits that is a little bit of a deeper diver, and they've got some really good colors like the Shizzle and Firecraw, Green Gizzard Shad, all some of my absolute favorite colors. But then classic colors like Sexy Shad and Chartreuse Shad, Delta Red, all on sale for $5.04. Very good deal there. 6XD also on sale. KVD 2.5, underrated, and a lot of colors on sale for $5. I mean, you don't see this Wicked Fire Tiger very often, but Tennessee Shad 2.0 with that purple back. There's Sugar Daddy Perch color. These are all good colors. And $5 for a 2.5 size square bill. That is a good one. Some Jackal soft plastics. 5.8-inch Rhythm Wave in green pumpkin for less than $5 a pack. So sometimes you got to poke around to find where the deals are at and what suits your fancy in terms of what you really like or what might be on your radar that you don't already have, right? And maybe I'm flying over stuff that you guys would normally like. If that's the case, I apologize. Because, with the way that I filtered this, it's not just going to show everything that each one of us particularly loves. Like if Brendan was still in here right now, we might look at the bullworm for a little bit longer and say, hey, look at that. There's a bunch of colors, open pore colors and everything in an 8-inch bullworm on sale for less than $5 a pack. The Moon Juice. Blue Craw is a classic. Open pore bluegill color. And Desert Craw. I mean, come on. They come in 5 packs, so you're only paying $1 or less per bait for a hunk of plastic. Good deal. So Strike King deals are great right now, and the color selection is fantastic. I assume that to be the case for most of their baits, including the Game Hogs, the Dream Shots, all that stuff. So if you like Strike King soft plastics, as I do, I would recommend looking a little bit further into that. Now, Series 3, Series 4, and 4S, some of these are very underrated baits. I've talked about them before. I like how they fish, and I like the rattle system in them. And for $4, ooh, this yellow perch color is a favorite of mine. So let's see if I've got them in this box. I do. They're sitting right here. Let me go ahead and pull you back up and address a couple of your comments. But this is like my Wiggle Wart box, my Bandit 200 box, and my Series 3 and 3XD box. So I've got these mixed like all together, which is unfortunate, but here's the Series 3 in that perch color. It's got a very subtle high pitch rattle in it. And then the 3XD, a little more of a traditional rattle. Both are really good and underrated baits that I do quite like. So this perch pattern is nasty. And if you can find them for $4, I do highly recommend them, and I would probably do that again. So I very well might scoop some of these up while I'm at it. Goodness. So again, Strike King is on it right now. They even have, Pro Model Series 1 Shallow. This is a borderline wake bait. Oh, no. This is like a tiny square bill that's got a rattle in it. 2-inch, quarter-ounce square bill crankbait. Just flies under the radar like crazy because it's not a KVD series bait. Coffee tubes. Super finesse worm is underrated. Okay, so Strike King is, we've established that. Great deals going on. What about the Gamakatsu Ned Rig heads? Ooh. 1/16 ounce, size 1 hook. $3.88, guys. That's a deal. So it's just the 1/16 and the 3/32 that are on sale. The 1/8 ounce is on sale, but not like extremely. So might not want to get those, but the lighter sizes, which are proper Ned head sizes, are a very good deal right now. So if you can find Gamakatsu hooks on sale like that, you should. I don't know if you're in the market for EWG and worm hooks, but let's see what it is that was on sale. I don't know. What was it? I didn't think it was $5.15, was it? Couldn't see what was $3.78, but you can poke around. The Kitech Easy Shaker is one of my favorite all-time worms. Whether it's on a shaky head or on a drop shot, fantastic bait. I also throw it wacky rigged, but the IU color. What size is this one? 5.5 inch. That's a long one, dude. That long dong. So you do have to kind of keep your eye on what it is that the product is specifically. The 2.8 inch crazy flapper in probably a couple colors, which is a really good micro jig trailer, like surprisingly good. So for this 1/4 ounce cross size power finesse jig paired up with the 2.8 inch crazy flapper, awesome. The power finesse jig from Z-Man is a great one, actually. Quite like it. Super compact, beefy hook. The owner blockhead Ned head on sale. What size? There we go. 1/16, 1/32 on sale for $344. Good deal. Good deal. The squadron heads, I like. Are we all the way to the end? I don't know. Did we just fly through the whole sale like that? Let's see if when we go back to the top, was the plopper in there? I don't know. Plopper. I think it was the other day, and now it's not. It might just be the Chapo. Oh shit! So, if you want a giant plopper, they're on sale. Look at that. The Whopper Plopper 190, which normally retails for over $20, has just their perch color, which is probably one of their best colors. I would probably go with the loon first, then the perch, then the bone. The perch is cheap right now, 30% off. And the Plopper 130 is a good deal, at least in one or two colors. The I Know It and the Loon. Oh shit, I lost my 130, or did I lose my 110? I don't remember, but I lost one recently. Rat-a-tat-tat on sale. This is a good deal. Okay, the Plopper 130 for $11.62. I might be getting that. So you kind of just got to poke around. I don't know how we didn't see that before. You know, when we get down to like the $11 range, which was where? Second page. I want to double check to see what the re-range retail price is. But the evergreen hard baits are probably what is flying under the radar the most right now. Where's the Whopper Plopper? See, how did it not get thrown in here? You see the top notch, and you see some of their frogs and crankbaits, but the Whopper Plopper didn't get thrown on to the end of the year sale. So that's kind of tricky and also interesting. But let's take a look at the Faith jerkbait, for example. Evergreen FA 87. So Tackle Warehouse has some on sale right now as well. Their stock is a lot crazier. All right, so I guess the standard price is $16.49 for the Faith jerkbait. Not $18.99, but $16.49. So you're saving $4 off of that. That's still 25, almost 30% off of evergreen jerkbaits, and it's like almost all the colors. So keep that in mind. That some of these are going to be a little bit manipulated. Like I think Tackle Warehouse gets slightly better deals than other retailers, or are able to charge a little bit less and go for slightly lower margins straight out of the gate, because the way that they do sales is different. So what they're charging at Tackle Warehouse is technically below retail for some baits. And so I think for the most part, Discount Tackle is listing the suggested retail price, MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price. And Tackle Warehouse is sometimes charging less than that as their standard price. So at least that's my understanding of it. So that may or may not have been the whole thing, but there were a lot of baits that we kind of flew over, and we did look at what's new at Discount Tackle as well. I can't believe that within the sale, what is new, I just don't buy it. The Flicker Shads, the 8XD, like, is this what they recently got shipments of? Because that Lunker Hunt fetch is years and years old. Doesn't make sense to me. Okay. If we went to like what's considered the oldest, no. Doesn't add up. What if we went in order of what's featured? The Chapo is up there. That's a hell of a deal. I told you guys that already. The Z-Man Grubs. I've talked about this underrated bait a number of times. I guess within this, it's the smaller sizes. So these are like panfish size baits. And the one that's a screaming deal is this Copper Penny, which is like a saltwater motor oil color. Meh. Not as jazzed about that. So I'm not going to act like, go get it, go get it. This is an underrated bait. Is the Smithwick Perfect 10 Rogue Jerkbait. This thing dives, I believe, upwards of 10 feet and is a suspending jerkbait. Sunrise is the color that's on sale, and I like that. Chartreuse shad style color. Now I can smell the scent on those Bass Pro baits for some reason coming out at me. So this seems a little bit like a random hodgepodge. You know, I'm a little disappointed to see that like Yamamoto's only allowing 1 or 2 colors, like the watermelon black and gold and the baby bass, to be on sale. So you get excited for a minute thinking that like there's going to be a lot that's on sale, and then there's not. A little bit that way with Rapala as well. But Strike King looks like they knocked it out of the park on this sale. So if you like stuff from Strike King or from River to Sea, or you need some terminal tackle from Owner or Gamakatsu, freaking get it while you can. I believe this sale's only going through the end of the weekend. So I might have been a little bit slow in letting you guys know. I should have posted about this beforehand, but do apologize. Yeah, see, I don't like browsing this way in terms of just what's featured. It's so random. I would rather look at it from a price standpoint so that I stay kind of within a sweet spot for a period of time instead of looking at like random cheap ass drop shot weights and terminal tackle and other stuff that does not matter at all to me. Um, like I don't need scents and coal grips worked into this. So I would recommend filtering by price. That is one of the main ways that I do it. And then whenever I'm shopping on Discount Tackle, I like to go look at new arrivals. And then lastly, look by brand. And I'll check out to just go alphabetically by brand if I've got something in particular that I'm looking for. For example, Bass Patrol jigs. I rep these. I don't have a relationship with them whatsoever, but the deals, these baits are just really good. Round rubber jigs. They're football heads with a recessed line tie. And I believe they even have hand tied skirts. Um, we can double check that. Hand tied skirts, recessed line tie, Mustad jig hook, and they're less than $3, guys. My mother-in-law is calling me for some reason. Hang tight. I'm going to mute you. All right. Sorry, everybody. No, don't say that, Matt. My daughter, my daughters cannot sleep right now. They're at my mother-in-law's house trying to do a sleepover and can't fall asleep. They're getting all freaked out. They're not sleeping in their own beds. It's a challenge. So, real quick, everybody, if you liked anything that you saw, you see that the sale's a little scrappy tonight. Um, I will admit I found enough to catch my eye. Please don't go and just steal all this stuff, but this is what's in my cart right now for this month's discount tackle unboxing. So I'm kind of spoiling it, but these things are on sale. We didn't necessarily see all of them, but the Chapo in the rainbow trout in the 105 size. The Rover, which is an underrated topwater walking bait, is on sale in a few different colors. Crystal Minnow catches my eye for sure. T1000 also I'm kind of tempted by, but this is in the 120 size, 128, so it's a big topwater walking bait. 5-inch bait, 3/4 ounce for $9. Good deal. Brendan, if he were here, he would be all over this. Matt, anybody else who likes big baits, this is a 9-inch Huddleston style swim bait. I have one here. Let me show it to you. I've already got it. It's on sale in both colors. Retails at $35. I don't believe that's a fluke. I'm going to take a look on Tackle Warehouse. Coalition. $35 is what it goes for. And it's on sale for 23 doll hairs. Okay, that is a good deal. This is the bait right here. It's a Mondo. I have it in the light trout. There are some really good features in this bait. So it is a big dog, right? This thing weighs 5 7/10 ounces. It's 9 inches long, pre-rigged. It's like a Huddleston style bait with that wedge tail. Doesn't even fit on screen. Big jig hook, and then it's got that accessory there. Does not have a split fin, but you can rig a stinger hook on the back, and it even has a magnet built in to hold that treble hook on the back. So really good bait here. Well designed, great colors, and high quality for $23, where ordinarily I think a 10-inch Huddleston is like, I don't know, $80 or something like that. 8-inch Huddleston is probably $40. This, I believe it is Plastisol. Don't hold me to that, Tim, but for the price, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Let's take a look and see if we can find out what it is made of. Tim, you're right. The Rover is very Vixen-ish. Even in sound. So you're right about that. Let's take a look and see if it says what it's made of. Doesn't say, but I think it's standard Plastisol, not silicone. But for $23, I have one of those in my cart right now in the dark trout because I've got the light trout already. Just want that variation, one that's a little bit more classic, a little bit more red on it, but I do like the purple as well. So for that deal, I'm getting a second one. The Savage Gear structure, Gil, what I like about this bait, aside from the way that it swims, it's super stable. and it has that hidden, slightly more effective weed guard with the that top fin, but that it comes in bigger sizes. Check this out, all the way down from a 3-inch half-ounce version up to a almost 5-inch. That can't be 3/4 ounce because it says no. So I guess it must be 4-inch, 1 ounce. But that's a much bigger version of the bait, and I believe I got it in a bigger size, 3 3/4 inch, 3/4 ounce. Evergreen Faith jerkbait in that skeleton Wakasagi. Beautiful color. Same size Chapo? No, that's the big ass Chapo. I don't know that I necessarily meant to do that, or maybe it's because it was the only color or only size in that color that was on sale. I really do like this HD bluegill color. The other ones are $10.79, which is not a fantastic deal. It's good, not great. And then some of the new soft plastics in the Z-Man Baby Ballers. The Shad E is in the cart. The saltwater coal shads are in the cart. Not all of these will make the cut. And then here's that crawler bait we were talking about. 12 to a pack. Oh, this is not on sale as much as it was before. Let's see if they've got other colors. I don't know. I like this opening night color, honestly. So 7-inch crawler style bait with a long skinny tail. Kind of like the idea of that either on a chatterbait or on a shaky head. And that's why I threw it in my cart initially, but this is $110. I will trim this down somewhat and probably mix it up a little bit. But as I was saying, these Bass Patrol jigs are super legit, high quality components. Pretty much everything that I look for in a jig, and they're cheap, under $3. Most of these, except for the mega sizes, 3/4 ounce, 5/0 hook. I don't throw a football jig in that type of size very often. I usually either throw on the 1/4 or the 3/8. So 2/0 or a 3/0 hook, lighter weight. So I can fish it in a little bit wider variety of conditions and in shallower rocky conditions. But rubber jigs with hand-tied skirts, quality light wire hook, good firm weed guard, recessed line tie, under $3. I mean, very underrated. And the price is always like that. So it's not necessarily like now's the time to buy them, but I do recommend them. So I like to search by manufacturer brand names. You know, if you want to check out what BKK stuff they have right now, they've got some of this stuff on sale right now. So weedless EWG hooks are on sale, but you kind of got to poke around to see what is on sale because these retail at $4.99 a pack. And how annoying is that? Boom, 3/16 of an ounce, 1/0 hook, $3.50. That's a good size. I like that. 1/0, 5/16. Okay, I like that as well. 2/0, 5/16. Legit. So those might be your 3 sizes, and the 4/0 3/4 ounce if you like to throw a heavy Ned weedless down on the bottom. BKK makes the sharp stuff. And here's a standard weedless Ned head. They're expensive, but can you find them on sale? Yeah. 3/16 size 1 hook. Or what about green pumpkin? 1/16 size 1. Sometimes you got to poke around, and that 3/16 again. So sometimes you got to poke around to find the deals, and it can be worth it. If you want some flipping hooks, Texas rig hooks, BKK is legit. All right. So those are the main ways that I navigate this website, are by searching what is new, what is on sale, and then by going by brand in terms of what I particularly like or have come to know that Discount Tackle does really well. As we've learned tonight, Evergreen is a great place to look and start. The Shower Blows and the Justine topwater walking baits were not in tonight's discussion, but for example, the Justine 115 classic size walking bait at 115 millimeters. The thing weighs almost 3/4 of an ounce and a couple of colors. I guess it's right now, it's just this one. The Ice Fish is on sale for $12.54. Good deal. The Shower Blows, some of these are crazy on sale. $15. Whether you get black bone or their clear shad color, flash wakasagi, natural gill. A lot of good colors on sale right now. This is an oversized pencil popper style walking bait. 150 millimeters, weighs well over an ounce. Ounce and a half, 6 inches long. Really good action. You can walk this thing straight up in place, and it's underrated. I prefer it in more like the 125, the 105, in even down to the 77, but I have it in all 4 sizes. I've recently picked up the SH3, the XV5. I am a big time proponent of the OB68. The One Bug is a fantastic popper, and they've recently come out with a bunch of new colors. So a lot of these I don't have, and I'm kind of tempted to get. An 1121 is a good deal. Grass Ripper Swim Jig is my current favorite swim jig, but the deal on that is good, not great. Flat Force 4 is a great flat-sided crankbait. The ZR4 is new to me. Loud Buzz is an awesome buzz bait. Not that I throw buzz baits a lot, but I've got a couple of them. Of course, the 105 and the 125 are out of stock. People must have noticed that and jumped on it, but let's take a look at the 77 and see what colors are actually on sale right now. $13.59 for all of them. So good, not great. I would go with the JT 115 in one of these colors because the JT is a silent topwater walking bait. It's a high floating bait that almost acts like a balsa style topwater walking bait. Very smooth, high floating action, and it's silent, and it's got great paint jobs on it. So shit. Again, it's just the Ice Fish color in that bait that's on sale right now. The JT95 though, that's not super on sale, but they've got two colors. Magic Gill's a good one. Okay, so obviously I am a little bit partial to Evergreen, but part of that's because Discount Tackle always has their stuff discounted and it's super, super high quality. Dual Hardcore is the other one that I talk about very frequently. This stuff is almost always on sale this much, but if any of this may or may not be on your radar, now would be a great time to grab it. Their standard size, this is like a 2.5 size square bill. Maybe this is the 1.5. 65. The other ones are 8.59. So Blackback Chartreuse is really the only one that's really good deal, but Hardcore Minnow Flat is one of my all-time favorites. You can find one of these at $7.20. These are the little dogs, the 70. So it's almost a BFS size, 70 millimeters, 3/16 of an ounce. And really good. Now, that said, don't believe the pictures. The 3 3/4 is the 95 size. And it comes with 3 treble hooks on it, which is rare to see, but awesome. And even at $8.59, I think it's worth it all day long. So this Ghost Pro Blue in a 95 size, it's a suspending jerkbait with a magnetic weight transfer system for $7.20. Super high quality hardware on it, straight out of the pack. Very, very good stuff. Highly recommend it. Dual Hardcore, pretty much all of their baits. Just look at what suits your fancy. Their popper is awesome. Magnetic weight transfer system, very underrated. So I'm going to stop. I feel like I'm being a little bit salesy right now. And that was not my intention with tonight in just telling you that Discount Tackle is running a sale. I'm not trying to make you guys purchase stuff. I'm just letting you know, like, my thought process when I'm on Discount Tackle. The stuff that I think they have that is a great deal day in and day out. It's Evergreen, Dual Hardcore, Strike King, and whatever is currently like on sale the most aggressively. Tim Maynard is spot on. Pro Blue is the green pumpkin of jerkbaits. Yeah, dude. No, it's the deal, right? So what did I just say and was going to look for? Evergreen, Dual Hardcore, and Evergreen, and oh, that chaps my ass a little bit. What was it? I mean, Z-Man is on sale right now. I did say, and stop it. My wife is texting me right now. I was going to say, and whatever is currently on sale most aggressively. So right now, Yo-Zuri is the deal, right? So I like Yo-Zuri, but I like Dual Hardcore even more. Yo-Zuri's got some really good stuff, like their Top Knock pencil baits. So could be a great time to buy those if you're into it. I like those a little bit more than their pencil popper style walking baits. They make a really good popper, really good lipless crankbait. I do like their super braid. So I mean that's a good deal. 3D popper is out of stock, of course. Yozuri likes to ride that line of like saltwater slash freshwater, um, which I definitely don't mind. But I mean, look at this freaking thing. We've talked about stuff like this before in the past, and I'm like, what in the world? You know that is a saltwater lure day in and day out with hooks like that. Holy shit! How is that even? You know, it's made for squid fishing. It's insane. And you can see, like, is this their saltwater series specifically? I guess it's 25% off Yozuri saltwater. Maybe that's why I was feeling that way. Is regular Yozuri? You can go either way. Let's go freshwater. That's what we do. There's the Rattle and Vibe. There's the 3D Popper. 3DB Popper. So some of these colors are more on sale than others, but day in and day out, you get a good deal on most colors, all colors, regardless. Because Yozuri and Dual Hardcore are owned by the same company, and you're getting a good deal on them all the time. This mini Rattle and Vibe 3/16 ounce, it's a sleeper. So is their one knock. Okay, that's enough of that. Let me know if you have any questions about navigating discount tackle. Otherwise, one last time, I'll just let you know that the link is in the description of this video. If you have any interest in picking up what is on discount tackle, I'll leave the link again in the live chat right now. Otherwise, no pressure. I don't care whether you buy anything or not. You know, it doesn't really affect me. It's just a little bit of bonus money and helps with my relationship with Discount Tackle. They like knowing that I'm sending people their way, especially in a time like this where they're running a sale and trying to drive a little extra traffic. So, as a brand ambassador, it's kind of my responsibility to help drive traffic. So, just trying to do my part. I know there's only 16 people in here right now, but do me a favor, at least click the link and go check out some of their stuff, but don't feel pressured to buy anything. It's whatever you want to do. Dude, squid. Who doesn't? Squid loves shrimp. We love squid. We love shrimp. Yeah, dude. JP, no worries. No shit, JP. The squid try to wrap around the bait to mate with it, and then they get hooked like crazy, huh? Yeah, the Jackal bow stick, huh? That's a little bit older. Oh, Matt, big hook guy, huh? BKK. Yeah, the snaps. Why didn't I talk about those snaps while we were at it? Especially in talking about the freaking chatter bomb and how crappy that snap seems to be. Let's take a look at BKK's snaps. Oh, the fast snap is out of stock. Was that the snap that we were wanting to get? Did you guys just buy those out? No. Don't tell me you did. That would be crazy if you did. Snap. So the Spro Prime Snap, almost the same design, has been like my go-to for a number of years, few years now. I like it in the smaller sizes, unless I'm throwing big baits, but size 3 and 4 do the job for most things for me. That's not a fantastic deal, but it's also not a bad deal, and I think they're worth trying. They last forever. They do not open up. They're awesome. I have been pleasantly surprised with how well Spro's terminal tackle works out. Okay. Back to the show. We're not going to be on too much longer. We've been on for almost 2 hours. Appreciate you guys. You're right about that. Same with the octopus, dude. Oh, I want to have more, but I also probably shouldn't. We're starting to make a dent. Not a lot, but $70 in here, and we probably had, I don't know, $10 to $15 worth at least. I don't care. A little bit more. Plus, we haven't gotten rowdy or anything like that tonight. Not that I'm trying to, but I think we're safe. I think I like the texture of octopus just a little bit better than I do squid, but both very good. Tim, you've never had squid? Yeah, you're right about that, JP. Both of them, when cooked well, are fantastic, But same is true of shrimp, right? There's more forgiveness with shrimp because of the thickness of the meat compared to what you get with a squid or octopus. But when cooked properly, it's got a little bit more firm of a texture, and yeah, in most sauces it absorbs really well, super tasty, and not super fishy really at all. But if you overcook it, it becomes chewy and rubbery. So yeah, dude, who doesn't love some good fried or fresh calamari? Yeah, Old Forester is legit, but there's no way he had this because this isn't sold in handles, and this is not your grandpa's Old Forester. Old Forester makes, I don't know, a dozen different types, and this right here is a $70 bottle of some of the nicest stuff that Old Forester makes. Super underrated and hard to find is the 1920 115 proof, very, very good bourbon. I was not expecting to buy it at the store tonight, but saw it and decided to actually pull the trigger on it because last time I had it, it was too good. And of course, Jermaine shows up right toward the end of the stream, and when I'm starting to get a little bit wild. Jermaine, are you poured up right now? Jermaine, you been poeing tonight or what? Tell me. Because if so, maybe I need to send you an invite and you need to hop on this live stream. Otherwise, we're probably going to cut it pretty soon. But dude, yes, I'm back. It's been a good few weeks since I've been on, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. I apologize for not being on, but yeah, it is weird, dude. You need to try it sooner than later, Tim. I think you would like it, especially if it's not just straight raw and plain. You know, because it can be a little bit bland. I don't want to say flavorless, but it doesn't have a fishy taste, and it doesn't have much going for it. You usually want to have it cooked in a sauce or have a dipping sauce for it, and it's fantastic. So yeah, it's Saturday. Jermaine's up and he's probably poed up. Jermaine, tell us. How you doing? What you been up to tonight, dude? Jermaine doesn't have a bedtime on the weekends, and we need to know. Jermaine, what you been doing tonight? No, dude. Jermaine wasn't drinking this one. Oh no, your uncle. No, I'm sure he wasn't. Old Forester can be found, standard Old Forester can be found for $20 a bottle. But this one right here is I paid $70 for it. You might be able to find it in some places as cheap as like 55. Um, but no, this is not standard Old Forester. The 1910 is a lot easier to find, which is like a middle of the road, like 100 proof. But this guy right here is a 115 proof, harder to find with that blue label. And whenever I see it, I'm like, probably should get it because I don't see it very often. And tonight was one of those nights. So I decided to scoop it up. And obviously, I'm loving it. This is my third partial pour. 2 legit pours and 1 little one. Here we are already. And as I told you guys earlier tonight, once you get a little bit warmed up to the flavor of it and just loving the well-roundedness of it, it's got a very oaky back end, but a mix of like fruit, spice, and earthiness all rounding out the front part of the palate. So it's like maybe not a ton of fruit, but I get a lot of spice. I guess the sweetness is more like from a vanilla. And then I get some spices in there, and then oak on the back end. It's a super well-rounded bourbon, very good for what it is, and good value. I would recommend it. Interesting, Matt. Lemon juice to soften the squid or octopus. Can't leave it too long or it'll start cooking it. What? I did not know that. One way to cook or cool an octopus. What are you saying? Nice. Lord Calvert. That's funny. Dude, Maker's Mark for a while was my go-to. It was my grandfather's go-to, who I named my son after. But he drank just like standard Maker's Mark, and I find that it's a little bit low proof for my liking, my preference. And so I don't drink standard makers very often, but I do like a lot of their one-off bourbons. I like their 46. I like their some of their more cask strength single barrel types of bourbons. Yeah, I like Makers a lot in general, just not their standard. And yeah, I get a lot of cherry and vanilla off of Maker's Mark, and it still reminds me of my grandpa. So I am with you on that, dude. Octopus ceviche, so good. Stop it. You're making me hungry too, JP. I was just thinking the same damn thing. And that's impressive. I have not drank that much Makers or any one particular type of bourbon, but um, maybe altogether between all the bourbon that I've drank, yeah, we're about there. Sure. Matt is working tonight, and we didn't even know. He's got to do some rounds around the perimeter, look for burglars and sketchy homies. Matt doing that security tonight. All right, guys. I guess I'll get out of here as well, unless you guys have any last minute questions. But Brandy, man, interesting. So yeah, I'll give you guys 2 minutes to throw any last minute questions at me because I don't have any extra beers down here. I might go grab a beer before bedtime, but we've been on here for 2 hours and 5 minutes. I super appreciate you guys. It's been fun, and I'm sorry if I was a little bit rambly tonight, especially when browsing Discount Tackle. Hope it wasn't too bad of a live stream. I'm going to do a giveaway on the next live stream, and I'm going to ship out all of my giveaways after that. Okay. There's no particular reason why I haven't shipped any or everything out yet, other than just it's difficult for me to get to the post office in time any given day. But if I were to bring everything with me prepackaged to work one morning, I could stop by the post office on the way home and manage to get everything shipped out one day. So I've just been not thinking to do that in, I don't know, 8 months, almost a year now. So there's no real reason for that, but I have some stuff that I need to give away. Actually, a fair amount of stuff that I need to give away. So I will keep you guys posted on that and let you know what is coming soon. I will probably be on next weekend. Dude, what? You have a TV you can watch and you can fall asleep, get paid. Get out of here. That is really good. Tim, I am not fishing tomorrow. I'm going to the Denver Broncos game against the New York Jets with all 3 of my kids as well as my 2 parents, and it's going to be fantastic. Very much look forward to it. My 2 daughters are going to sit with my parents up in club level, and I'm going to sit with my son down below on the first deck, and it's going to be epic. Hopefully the Broncos are going to win. We're going to take our record to 2-3, and that should be a fun game to go to. So we're going to do some tailgating, and yeah, rather look forward to it. But thank you for asking. I am not fishing, but I am doing one of my other favorite things to do, and that is going to a live Denver Broncos game, which I usually only have an opportunity to do a couple of times a year. So in terms of the other things that I love to do, which are mostly fishing and skiing, aside from spending time with my family and my wife and stuff like that, hobbies, I would say going to Denver Broncos games, probably like it's high up on like what I love to do, but low in terms of what I have opportunities to do. So whenever I do, I get extra jacked about it. And tomorrow is one of 3 opportunities I have this season. Got another one in 3 weeks from now and another one a month after that. So very excited. Go Broncos. Thank you for the encouragement, Tim. Uh, Hopefully, I'll be fishing a few more times in the next week or two, but I will keep you guys posted. And if I do, hopefully, I will try out this new Chatter bomb. I got to trim this skirt down big time. That is way too aggressive, too long of a skirt. I'm going to trim that down about a half inch just above the hook. You guys know me in terms of where I want that skirt to be, right there. So that I've got about half trailer in under the skirt and half trailer out. That's more like what I like it. So I'm going to cut it right there. And I'm excited to see how this chatterbait moves underwater, how hard and loud it thumps. I feel like I need to change this snap sooner than later, but I like the head and the size of that line tie, and I'm excited to give it a whirl. You guys can see a little bit more of the pink hues in that trailer right now, whereas earlier tonight, for some reason, you couldn't. But goes pretty well. Don't mind if I say so myself. So anyway, that is why I picked out that trailer in the Speed Shad from Bass Pro Shops. But hope you guys had a fun night. I appreciate you hanging out for a couple of hours. Have a great rest of your night and enjoy your week this upcoming week. Not that it's necessary, but if you feel like it, I would appreciate any thoughts, prayers for my daughter. She is getting a tonsillectomy this Tuesday. She's had strep throat like crazy the last year and a half. She missed 19 days of school last year due to strep throat and got it first thing this year. So she's getting her tonsils removed this next Tuesday. So spring break or fall break is the week after next. So she'll miss 4 days of school this upcoming week, and that is it. And hopefully won't miss much more school the rest of the year. But I would appreciate your thoughts and prayers that everything goes well with the surgery and her recovery, and just the family dynamic and everything else. So thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Appreciate your support. Visit Discount Tackle, especially if you're interested in purchasing any of what we looked over tonight. And of course, if you want to check out some of the stuff that I picked out from Cabela's and Bass Pro, go visit their websites. I don't work with them directly in any fashion, but thank you very much, Tim. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's the second surgery that she's had in the last couple of years. She doesn't love that and is a little bit anxious about this surgery. And as you guys noticed an hour ago, she was anxious about even sleeping at her grandma's house tonight, which is unfortunate to see. But it's good experience. Hopefully she'll work on that. And everything is a work in progress in terms of anxiety and life experience. So thank you for the good vibes. I appreciate it, Tim, and hope you guys have a great night, a good rest of your week. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully next Friday or Saturday, but keep an eye out, and I'll see you very soon. Peace, guys.